Welcome to Have You Read It, the channel where we bring books to life, one summary at a time. Today we're diving into Cal Newport's Slow Productivity, The Lost Art of Accomplishment Without Burnout. This book challenges our modern obsession with constant busyness and offers a refreshing perspective on how to achieve meaningful work without sacrificing our well-being. It's a timely read in our always-on culture, and I'm excited to share its insights with you. Newport begins by painting a picture of the current state of knowledge work, where many of us feel overwhelmed and exhausted. He introduces the concept of pseudo-productivity, where we mistake visible activity for actual progress. Think overflowing inboxes, back-to-back Zoom meetings, and endless Slack notifications. We're busy, but are we truly productive? He illustrates this with an anecdote about Les Moonves at CBS, who equated being in the office late on a Friday with productivity. While CBS ultimately did turn its ratings around, Newport argues it wasn't because of longer hours, but due to the dedicated, focused work of one creative individual working over several years on a new show concept. The book then explores the roots of this pseudo-productivity mindset. Newport points out that traditional measures of productivity, like those used in agriculture and manufacturing, don't translate well to knowledge work, which lacks clear outputs and often involves juggling multiple shifting priorities. This lack of clear metrics has led us to rely on visible activity as a substitute, hence the focus on busyness. As a counterpoint, Newport introduces the slow productivity philosophy. This approach rejects the cult of busyness and emphasizes three core principles: doing fewer things, working at a natural pace, and obsessing over quality. The first principle, do fewer things, encourages us to simplify our workloads. Newport argues that an overflowing task list leads to increased administrative overhead, all those emails, meetings, and mental energy spent managing the tasks themselves, leaving less time and attention for actual work. He uses the example of Jane Austen, whose most productive period was not when she was juggling numerous social obligations, but when she had significantly reduced responsibilities at Chawton Cottage. Newport suggests limiting your professional missions, those overarching goals that guide your work, to a manageable number. He also recommends limiting the number of active projects you're working on at any given time, ideally to no more than 3, and focusing on just one major project per day. Practical strategies for implementing this principle include using a holding tank for new projects and pulling them into your active list only when you have capacity, synchronizing communication through office hours or docket clearing meetings to reduce back and forth messaging, and even making other people work more by using reverse task lists or introducing processes that require them to provide more information up front. Another crucial point is to consider the task footprint of a project before accepting it. Some projects, like event planning, generate a disproportionate amount of small tasks, which can quickly lead to overload. The second principle, work at a natural pace, encourages us to embrace a more varied and sustainable work rhythm. Newport draws inspiration from historical figures like Copernicus, Galileo, and Newton, who made groundbreaking discoveries despite working at a pace that would seem leisurely by today's standards. He also cites anthropological studies of hunter-gatherer societies, who enjoy more leisure time and work in shorter, more varied bursts than agriculturalists. This more natural pace, Newport argues, is not only more sustainable, but can also lead to higher quality work. To put this principle into practice, Newport suggests creating a 5-year plan to provide long-term direction, doubling your initial project timelines to account for our tendency to underestimate, and simplifying your workday by reducing the number of tasks and meetings you schedule. He also emphasizes the importance of forgiving yourself for occasional slowdowns or setbacks. Further, the book suggests incorporating small seasonality into your work life, such as no meeting Mondays or monthly matinees, to break up the monotony and allow for mental recharging. The third principle, obsess over quality, encourages us to focus on producing excellent work, even if it means sacrificing short-term gains. Newport illustrates this principle with the story of singer Jewel, who turned down $1 million record deal early in her career because she prioritized artistic development over immediate financial reward. This focus on quality, Newport argues, not only improves your work, but also gives you more leverage in the long run, allowing you to demand higher rates or more control over your schedule. He uses the example of Paul Jarvis, a web designer who leveraged his skills to create a slow, fulfilling lifestyle that prioritizes freedom over scaling his business. To improve the quality of your work, Newport suggests focusing on improving your taste, your ability to discern good work from bad, by immersing yourself in high-quality examples from your field and related disciplines. He also recommends betting on yourself by setting deadlines, dedicating free time to projects, or even taking a pay cut to pursue work that truly matters. Creating a sense of pressure, even if self-imposed, can push you to achieve a higher level of quality. The main takeaway from slow productivity is that our current obsession with busyness is often counterproductive. By focusing on fewer things, working at a natural pace, and obsessing over quality, we can achieve more meaningful work and a more sustainable work life. Here are some easy-to-remember heuristics from the book. Limit your missions. Focus on a few key professional goals. 1 project per day. Dedicate each day to making progress on a single important project. Double your timelines. Avoid the pressure of unrealistic deadlines. No meeting Mondays or any other day. Create a regular bastion of peace in your schedule. Invest in quality tools. Signal to yourself that you're serious about your work. Bet on yourself. Create a sense of pressure to push yourself to a higher level. Thanks for watching. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button so you never miss our next book dive.